30-year-old man is taking Jay-Z to court saying that he's his dad. What up, world? Your boy Challz Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Okay. Rymir Satterthwaite. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm trying. Satterthwaite. The alleged son of Jay-Z. We've been seeing this guy for a few years, that he looks just like Jay-Z and he's Jay-Z's alleged son. And I never gave the story no merit. But he's taking Jay-Z to the Supreme Court saying he wants a DNA test. And Jay's been ducking this DNA test for at least 10 years. I want to read this article, I believe from the Daily Mail, and we're going to have a conversation because it's something to discuss. I used to scoff at this and like just wouldn't even read the articles and things like that. But if what he's saying is true, it's something to talk about. Let's get into it. A man 30 years old who insists he is Jay-Z's illegitimate son accuses the rapper of abusing the legal system for 10 years to avoid taking a paternity test. He filed a new Supreme Court motion to unseal a decade-long case and says, quote, "I will win, the law's on my side." Ryan Satterthwaite, now 30, has been entangled in a legal battle with Jay-Z, 53, for 10 years, over claims that the rapper is his biological father. In February, Rymir filed a Supreme Court motion requesting that the case be unsealed, accusing Jay-Z of keeping it under wraps to avoid a paternity test. In a letter to DailyMail.com, Jay-Z's attorneys denied Rymir's claim. So this is what I want to start first. If they seal a case up, it's for a reason, right? So let's just start there. If you opened up a case on a man and the courts sealed it up, ain't enough money in the world that Jay-Z can throw to make that court seal that case up if it's an open case with some merit. So let me just keep it moving. The 30-year-old man claims that he is the secret illegitimate son of Jay-Z and has accused the rapper of abusing the legal system for more than a decade to avoid taking a paternity test. He's been fighting to prove that Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, is his biological father since he was 21 years old. Speaking to Daily Mail, Rymir from New Jersey insisted that he wants nothing more than to see justice served and will stop at nothing to ensure that happens. He also wants nothing other than Jay-Z to acknowledge him as his son. Rymir alleges that Jay-Z had a romantic fling with his late mother Wanda in the early 1990s. The rapper has never denied the romance, but has refused to take a paternity test. To that end, Rymir filed a new motion with the New Jersey Supreme Court in February of this year, which has been obtained by DailyMail.com, requesting that the court unsealed years' worth of documents dating back to 2012, arguing that keeping the case under wraps has prevented him from getting his due process. The motion, which details every facet of the years-long case in a 29-page document, was rejected by the Supreme Court because, according to the court, it did not have jurisdiction to reopen matters in the appeals court or to unseal records in the trials court. So basically, they're saying they got rejected. They're not even going to open it. What are we talking about? It was then refiled by Rymir in the appellate division of the New Jersey Superior Court, which is considering the matter. It marks the latest turn in a very twisted and lengthy case, which began, Rymir says, in the fall of 1992, when his late mother Wanda alleged she had sex with Jay-Z while she was in an off-again, on-again romance with her high school sweetheart. At the time, Wanda was 16 and Jay-Z was 22. And far from the global rap sensation that he has since become, following the release of his debut studio album, Reasonable Doubt, in 1996. The filing, Rymir says, was short-lived, and by the time he was born in 1993, the alleged romance between his mother and Jay-Z had already come to an end, which is partly why he claims his mother chose to put the name of her high school sweetheart, Robert Graves, who by this time had reignited his romance with Wanda, by his side in the hospital when she gave birth, on her son's birth certificate, as his biological father. However, according to a family insider, Wanda always knew Robert was not Rymir's father, something that became all more evident as the son grew and bore no resemblance to her high school sweetheart. So let's go backwards because this is a lot to unpack. So she had a high school sweetheart named Robert Graves. And in 1992, it says she began having sex with Jay-Z in 1992. And by 1993, they were done. Right? But he was conceived and born. And from that point on, the mom acknowledged another man as his dad and not Jay-Z. But I'm trying to look for the part where she said that he was his, I think, where does it say that she says that he's the father? Let me see. Short-lived alleged romance between his mother, which is partially why he claims his mother. So this is the whole case, is that he looks like Jay-Z. Right? That's what it looked like to me. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. In the 90s, there were a lot of babies that were being told they were the other guy's baby and this guy for whatever reason. For whatever reason. Now, this is what I want to say about this, because this is close to home, right? I have a similar situation like this. And the simple fact of the matter is, it doesn't change the fact that that's the real dad if she's giving another man the title. But at the end of the day, you gave another man the title. Another man is on the birth certificate. So that's an uphill battle right there. If she already put another man's name on the birth certificate, that's a whole other problem. Because you got to reverse that first. Right? You can't just say, take the paternity test, you're my dad. Well, he can say, no, look at the birth certificate. That's your dad. Let's just start there. The mom, apparently, it doesn't look like anywhere in here that she has filed any motions. I don't know, rest in peace to her. It says she has passed, so rest in peace to her. But I don't see anywhere in this article that she filed any court documents that saying that Jay-Z was the dad. So it says that he filed in 2012 saying that Jay-Z was the dad, and the courts denied it and sealed it up. So I don't know where this is coming from, other than his mom slept with Jay-Z and he feels he looks like him. I believe he looked a little more like Jay-Z back in the day when they would show one or two pictures of him. He don't look like him as much as he used to, if this is the same kid that they were saying for years, right? Number two, I'm looking at it like, this is my thing. He's saying he doesn't want anything from Jay-Z. And I'm just gonna be honest. I'm sorry if I'm not trying to offend anybody. Right? I'm not trying to offend anybody. But to me, and I can speak for this because I don't chase my dad around. Right? I feel like if a man is denying you for 30 years and you claim you don't want anything from that man other than acknowledgement, that's the last thing on earth he's trying to give you. So if it's not money you're seeking, then it's something you have to let go. You cannot chase a man that's running from you for 30 years. I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. I don't know what else to tell you. If you're chasing a man that is ducking and dodging, blocking the courts, according to the case, right? According to the filings and this guy's statement, Jay-Z has been blocking this court stuff for 10 years. I personally don't want that man as my dad, to be honest with you. So let's just start there. Let's be honest. If you're the illegitimate son, what are you going to do? Box him in? Let's say you box him in. Let's say you box him in and you get some money, right? Which this guy got lawyers on a tooth and nail. So let's say you box him in, get some money, whatever, right? You get some money, you're good. He's never going to embrace you. And me being who I am, especially as a 30-year-old man, like if I'm a 30-year-old man, I'm not going to be begging no guy to tell me he's my dad. It ain't even about money at this point. It's not. This not about money. This is like when I see guys when they get a divorce and they go after the woman's money, right? The marriage is over, but you want to get support from the woman. It has nothing to do with how you really felt or your relationship, or you feel she owes you. No, you just want the money because the marriage is over. I look at this as the same way. You're chasing something that's over. This guy obviously, let's say he is your dad. He absolutely wants absolutely nothing to do with you. And let's say he was having sex with a 16-year-old girl. He definitely not going to acknowledge that. So you're going to be fighting for years for that situation. And the simple fact of the matter is, even if he could claim you, even if he could claim this guy as his son, it would be the most awkward relationship trying to bring in a 30-year-old man that already has his own life, his own things going on. What are you guys going to talk about? You obviously have to have some real ill feelings toward him for dodging you for all these years. You're going to hate him for what he did to you. You're going to hate him for what he did to your mom. You're going to hate him with a passion. If I was him, I wouldn't let this kid get nowhere near me because at some point he's really might take take something and try to take you out of here because that's how mad he is. Now, you can't. I'm gonna be honest with you. A 30-year-old man can't love nobody as his dad that he's never encountered. You can't just automatically love him. So you can't say I'm doing this for love. At this point, you're chasing this just to prove him wrong. You're not trying to get love from this guy. You're not trying to get acceptance because that'll never happen. It's nobody. A 53-year-old man is not going to embrace a grown 30-year-old man that he's been dodging for 30 years. So you can't be doing this to win him over, to be in the family, to be with your sister Blue. This at this point is to stick it to him. To say, aha, I got you. I told you so. And there's nothing good going to come out of that. In my opinion, this is my opinion from man to man. I think a 30-year-old man, again, I'm not trying to disrespect nobody, but this is just me, should not be chasing another man to acknowledge him for any reason at all. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. You shouldn't be chasing no man. I don't care who it is. If you're a grown man, you shouldn't be chasing him for nothing. He's going to fight you tooth and nail for any penny you get out of him. And it's going to take you forever to get it from him. So if this is about money, good luck, because you ain't got enough money to go as long as this guy going to go. So let's just say he really is your dad. That's going to be something, karma, that he going to have to deal with. There's no way this man will ever sit in the room with you face to face. So at this point, you only doing it to thumb your nose up at him in the world. So my advice, right, to Ramir, and I mean, who am I to tell you anything? But move on, bro. Right? Move on. It's over. You're a grown man. You do not have no daddy issues with a guy that you've never seen once in your life face to face. There's nothing there. Let it go. Even if he is your dad, he's a sperm donor. That's like chasing down a sperm donor at this point. And I'm going to leave it at that. Let me know what you think in the comments. CLBMG.com. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
CLB.